What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at something a bit different with obviously no real content coming out in FIFA. Today I thought what's a better day than to basically discuss how you want to be starting FIFA 22. So obviously we can't show you anything FIFA 22 because it isn't out yet, but I want to get you ahead of obviously what you want to be doing to start with, what you want to be looking at, and don't making the same mistakes that some people make at the very start of the game. And this, yes, is if you are not necessarily serious about the game, but want to actually improve your team. Maybe you've struggled to get a good team right at the start. Maybe you don't want to spend FIFA points, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to be discussing on a new way, so let's just start downloading this. Obviously, normally the FIFA starts the same. You get to pick your nation, what you want to go with the bronzes, you get a loan card, you have roughly the same sort of objectives. Maybe there's a couple of twists here, there and everywhere with what happens in seasons, and you never know. But I think realistically you normally have the same sort of method. So even down to the very first tab, which obviously is you pick a nation. So you have the nations of obviously England, Brazil, France, Argentina, Germany, Italy, and Spain, Portugal, and Netherlands. And realistically, you're not necessarily wanting a club out of this, but what you want to be looking at is what bronzes, what silvers, what golds are good in SBCs. And I think most definitely it always comes back to England. There's 4 different divisions that absolutely are crucial at the start of the game. So we're going to go ahead and open this one up. Normally they do start roughly the same. You may get a couple of different ones here, there and everywhere, and hopefully we do get a nice little kind of starting screen in FIFA 22. But obviously the first one we get here is a Sudamericana. What better way to start? So we get pretty much a standard team here. UCL would be absolutely cracked to start with, but we know they don't come out instantly. But for instance, so we've got a couple of English players. Obviously, all of them are going to be untradeable, which is pretty standard. But you've got multiple English players from multiple leagues, and obviously the silvers English 3, English 2. So we are just going to go ahead and advance that. We need to make a loan player. So if you didn't know, I feel like this is probably widely acceptable now, or widely known. Obviously everybody goes for the striker. You can actually back out of this choice if you didn't want that card. So you kind of normally just having a look. Who can you get? You can have a look, Pogba. You can obviously get Verratti there. You go on the left-hand side. You can get Son. You can get Coman. Even if you literally went for the goalkeeper as well, there is the choices of obviously the top goalkeepers, because not many people will go for that choice. And even centre-backs. You get Ramos. I don't even know what they put for right-backs. Okay, you could get Walker. And I think Sancho is the right mid, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he is. So realistically, what you want to be going for there is a fast player. Somebody either someone like a Sancho who's going to improve the chemistry, but also is quite quick, or you go for the striker, which I think is pretty much everybody's option. And normally you go for the best striker you can get, which obviously in this, for instance, the fastest one is Aubameyang. Next step, another very, very important thing when starting the game, always pick the most popular or the perceived better kits. For instance, this one is AC Milan. The next one is going to be France 100%, and then obviously the badge as well. Personally, not a very good variety of expensive badges. Obviously Scotland could be one just because of a nation, Schalke, or I just go the standard Prem, which obviously Burnley, not a great example, but the kind of main thing for that is they're all tradable. So if you get a France kit straight off the bat, that's going to be worth coins. Same with a Milan. May not be worth as much, but it's going to be worth something to sell. So always pick the most expensive ones, or the perceived expensive ones. Sometimes they just don't add up like that. So then we move on to the learn and upgrade. So we don't want to play yet. That's obviously going to come later. Ignore all of the footies and stuff like that. We're going to go for the standard. So as soon as you log into FIFA, normally there is the standard thing you do. That is, you go to the SBCs, and that is to complete Let's Get Started. So I think this is probably going to be the exact same as obviously before. We get all of these menus, and you want to just start filling the SBCs in. It's always a great way, and obviously obviously you've normally got the bronzes to do so. So I think, if I am correct, once these screens go, yes, it is just one bronze player. So again, it is important who you give up. You always go to your lowest rated and you think who's not going to have the greatest impact in your club. So we're going to go with a Romanian. So get him in and we get the bronze pack back. So straight away, straight in, and we get a pack back. You want to always open them straight away because obviously you do need them in your club to obviously put them back in, and we are starting at 0 coins. Normally you will have a look at seasons and you'll have a look at whatever's new, and obviously the objectives is always a good one, but we will get to that at the end, or at least halfway through this, because I think this is probably the most important thing, and this is all under the assumption you do not want to obviously buy any FIFA points. That again would still be the exact same method. I'd be looking, and obviously if you want a preview pack, you can preview pack. I feel like that's going to be a new thing into the start of FIFA, so that could be a good one if obviously you are looking at doing that. So we know here straight off the bat, it's not going to be worth it at the start of the game. If we go into this, maybe you get a walkout or you get a rare. You never know. Always worth the attempt. It's going to be something that's going to be added into the game if they continue the preview packs. So then we get into the next section. So again, you've got the 12 chemistry. I think this is just what the middle. Yeah, just the defense. So you just need 12 chemistry. Obviously, we're going with the bronzes again. Realistically, you want to try and stay away from as many English players as possible, or at least the kind of major leagues. I think, can I get away with this? Maybe if I went English but didn't go for the centre back in the Prem, because obviously that's going to be quite an expensive one. No, we're going to have to go for the centre back, unfortunately, but we get to keep one of them. We do get 18. I know that's a little bit over budget, but we do get to put him in and we get some more cards back. So it's going to be an actual bronze pack with this one, and it should hopefully give us some players. And if you are lucky, obviously you could get somebody in a decent league that, I don't think these can be sold, but at least put into an SBC as we keep going. So let's get into this third and final one. Nationalities exactly 3, and we need the 17 chemistry. So this is the cam, which is going to be you. We've got a left mid. Sometimes you may have to go buy a player, which obviously means you're going to have to go and play a match, but if you are lucky, you may be able to get it done straight out of the bag. So that's going to do it. So normally you can, so it isn't necessarily completely out of the reach, but there we go. We've got the first one done, and now we can start with the SBCs, and normally they do again stay with the same sort of theme. Obviously they go for the nations, the hybrids, the leagues, and the league hybrids, and then obviously they're all together. And also we do get welcome impacts, and yes, you will get some kind of packs back. If you are starting the game brand new, then obviously you won't get necessarily the biggest increase, but you will get some packs to get you some golds in the club. Straight away we get the bronze players, and you just look at SBC straight off the bat with this, and we'll get into a more detailed explanation in a second of what you want to be doing after you've done the starting leagues. So we get the 2-player pack, unfortunately not a rare. That obviously again can be down to luck, but we do get a silver and a gold. And then obviously we do get the kit pack. We're just going to open up just for the annoyance of having it. And then we have the welcome pack, which obviously will have an icon, a team of the week, and something else. So if we open this pack, see what we get. I'm pretty sure it is just loans, so we can just straight out the bat get this over and done with. I think all of them are loans, to be honest. Yeah, so we get Ginter, Arthur, and Volland. I don't think you get anything like that in the start. I can't remember, or it's less of an OP icon, because straight away you're going to go for Ronaldo. Obviously, you've got plenty of options, but I think if you did get this pack, you'd be stupid not to take R9, because obviously, in terms of friendlies, he's going to be vital. He's going to be incredible. So this is the next step, or at least the next step whilst doing some SBCs, to get these extra little bonus points. So again, you've got the daily objectives. You have more than likely week 1, 2, and 3, week 1 bronze, silver, and gold, if they keep the same sort of method, which I think it has worked. I've enjoyed seasons. I don't think personally it needs to change heavily. Obviously the amount of objectives is always quite nice, so you want to be completing them as much as possible to get yourself through the season, if it is very much the same, which I can imagine it probably will be. But the big thing you're going to be looking at to start the game is what can you do on the foundation. So straight off the bat, you can have a look. You can have a look at the basics. You're going to be changing your team. You literally just rattle through these. A lot of them are just basically to do with your team, changing and moving stuff around, it is very, very easy. And obviously, squad builder, again, another one. And as you'll see, gold pack for that one, you then get 500 coins, you get another gold players pack, a gold reward, silver pack, and all of these are going to be vital to go into SBCs. Premium gold pack, 500 coins. You want to be making this almost your checklist straight off the bat. And the difference is as well, if you are talking from a 10 hours point of view, maybe this is not the focus. You can do a lot of this on obviously the web app, anything menu based, web app only. Web app or at least phone, whatever comes first. I'm pretty sure web app is going to be the one, but make sure you are obviously doing a lot of your menu grinding, a lot of changing the teams, buying packs, buying or putting your squad together, for instance, on the web app, and you want to be literally using them 10 hours for gameplay only, because obviously you only have 10 hours. You want to be making sure you make the most of that, and then on release day, if you've not managed to finish a lot of these, or you don't want to play friendlies during your 10 hours, that's when you go do it. So I would 100% recommend trying to get through this, because realistically, you're getting a lot of packs, you're getting a lot of items back in the club, so that for me is absolutely perfect and spot on. That is something that you want to be rattling with, as well as obviously finishing as many objectives as you can to go up to your season rank, because more than likely we'll continue the same sort of pattern of obviously getting packs, coins, little tifus, and who knows, they may throw something else in there, and obviously players. So then we go back to the SBCs. Again, we finished our first set of all of Let's Get Started, and then that opens up Foundation. So again, normally you'll probably get the same sort of amount. I think it's been the same for the past couple of years now, and I don't see them changing anymore. And obviously each one gets you different things. As you go up the ranks, you find that SBCs get a little bit harder, which is pretty standard, and this is obviously normally a way that people transfer coins onto a different account, is obviously finishing these. They'll give some money to this account, then they'll go finish these and hopefully pack someone good and then transfer it over. So it is the same sort of principle, but you want to keep everything on here. You want to be making sure you make as much profit as possible at the start of the game, holding cards that you need to, and then selling them when the time is right. You can join FIFA Discord, you can join trading, you can even ask on Twitter who should be kind of bought, who should be sold, and some people may give you that advice, or if you know it yourself, then that's an extra bonus on to starting this game. So once you've completed most of these, because normally you'll get a couple of the way through, you may be able to finish so many SBCs, and then you've ran out of coins, you've run out of cards, you don't know what to do. Then we head over to the squad, we start making it, and then we start making our next moves. So for instance, we've obviously screwed this squad up a little bit, so if we go out of here, we want to be really just making our own squad out of this if we can, once obviously all of the things are done with. So we want to be making this, and we'll just call it new, for instance, right now, just to kind of get the point across. So basically you want to be making your starting lineup. So again, it depends what you want to do. If you are doing squad battles first, then obviously do not use any of the loans in squad battles. If obviously you are looking to do rivals, you're looking to do squad battles, you're looking to do anything that's going to take cards away, then obviously that's when you want to be using all of your normal players. And I'd say rivals, use your loans down to one game, and that's it. Don't kind of overdo them. I personally made the biggest mistake possible with using my Mbappe far too early, and it completely dawned on me that I could have kept him. So that for me was the big mistake that I didn't even mean to do, to be honest. So obviously here we've got no room for a striker. Obviously want to try and keep that. No, actually, of course, we've got the link with obviously the English player there. Then we want to be looking at other players if possible. We've already got two centre mids. We've already got a striker. CDM, maybe not. Let's just go by position and see what we have got, because I think the 4-4-2 normally is the pretty standard that they give you. We'll just whack a gold in there. Italiano, and then we get also a Spanish. Right mid's going to be Chinese, and the left mid is going to be Irish. So let's just double check we don't have some of the outer positions there. Left wing, right wing, no, unfortunately not. So that is going to be the start of your club. So again, you'll be having more cards as we go through, from obviously any packs that you've got from the welcome back bonus, and then also any that you have done via objectives. So again, you'll be getting packs as we go through. You could also, if you really wanted to, it's putting people out of position. So maybe you want to centre mid, you want to keep some chem or do something different. You've got there, as you can see, we got an objective. Maybe it's a couple of coins, maybe it's just something different, and we've literally just built a squad and we've got 4 objectives done. And again, 150 coins here, 150 coins there. If you're not spending FIFA points, they can be vital. They may not be the best kind of reward in the world, but they can be just something that helps. You've not had to play a game, it's literally taking you seconds, and it's just something extra. Then we can obviously start looking at SBCs to complete again, and again the cycle continues. So in this one we get the small rare silver players pack, which is absolutely perfect because we get more silvers into the club that really are the kind of vital side for a lot of these hybrid and hybrid nation. So again, French, we get obviously USA, Belgium, Japanese, another Belgian keeper, and I didn't see what that top guy was. And in this next one, I don't know if this is a player actually. So we did get a player in this, as I say, I don't know with 4 items if you're always guaranteed a player, but again we get another one to go into the club and obviously do something with. Once you've completed all of what you want to do on the menu, you've set up your team, you've got as many objectives done from foundation and obviously from the daily kind of SB objectives, then obviously you want to be going into a match. You've finished what you can do on the menu, you've kind of made as much SBCs, made as much of you can basically before setting into this match. Like I said, friendlies is for the loans. If you are doing something like rivals, use the friendlies but only use down to 1. Then you want to take them out your team, keep them in your club for a later date when obviously objectives start happening in friendlies, and you can then go ahead and use them again. So once you've done that, then you're going in, you're set for the game really. I think this is then the point where you kind of manage your club. That could be a different video in terms of club management, but personally what I do is dependent on what you want to actually have in your club. Are you looking to do incredible amount of upgrades? Are you looking to do league SBCs? Are you looking to just, I don't know, make as much profit as liquid coins as possible? You're selling absolutely everybody, anybody in tradables going into upgrades, but that's about it. It is all dependent on what you want. Personally, from my point of view, I'm looking for league SBCs. Even if it's not the greatest tactic this year, league SBCs mixed with upgrade packs is still a phenomenal way to keep your club high but also keep your coins up. And the best thing to be doing is straight away starting to save them cards. You don't necessarily need to be stocking them up by mad, but I personally will be buying FIFA points, so obviously I get that influx of players from that, and then any others we get to sell on for coins to obviously keep going and keep burning the game. Then you'll obviously gradually get coins from seasons, from foot champs, from obviously squad battles, and you want to be doing all of the game modes, all of your squad battle matches, all of this season objectives, all of foot champs, as much as you can get in every single week, especially for the starting few weeks / months, is absolutely vital to set that club straight away. What then helps is just pure luck. Tradable packs coming in big, untradable packs coming in big for your club to obviously get better rewards as your team gets better. And obviously you will kind of always be one step below kind of like the big players straight off the way, because they're going to be buying packs in the masses. They're going to be getting so many coins in, you're not going to be able to keep up with that unless A, you're a massive trader, or you've just managed to get very lucky to start with. And that happens for a couple of weeks, and then people start to catch up to some extent. You're not going to necessarily have all the icons, but you definitely could have a solid team straight off the bat. So that personally is my way. Let me know down below if I've missed anything and you'd like to see a little bit more of an explanation, or obviously I can answer the questions in the comments. But if you did enjoy, make sure you leave that thumbs up, as well as subscribe down below for more FIFA 22 content, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.